Hi collective, welcome to my channel, Crystal Shadow Work. Hi everyone. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a reading tonight. I don't even know if I want to do like a twin flame reading. It's just crazy the stuff that has been coming across. Like, I know we always have this big focus on twin flames, right? Especially most twin flames are chosen ones, right? And very much we're finding a lot of unions are coming together. But my situation, like, oh my gosh, like, I really can't figure it out. Like, it's like I feel like there's a corrupted twin flame. Then I feel like my masculine, there's like two of them, like mirroring each other. I'm getting just like my twin could be the same sex as me, and like that would make sense. It would be pretty clever, because it'd be something I wouldn't expect. And I have always thought about that. And it would kind of go in alignment with, I guess, my fated life, right? But I'm just like, really, it's often who you don't think it is. But then sometimes, sorry, I'm moving around too much. And then sometimes it's like, it's not supposed to be about these divine, like, you're not supposed to look at it as like a union standpoint anyways, because it's about the spiritual journey, right? But I feel that there's just, there's something more at play here. So I kind of feel like, like things have to go how they're meant to go. It's how the universe wants things to go, right? All in divine timing. It's just, gosh, like, this has got to be something big. You know how I know that? Because there is so much damn, like, spell work, confusion spells, like, to see the rise, like, it's just crazy, the stuff that's coming into me now. Like, some of it I can see straight up, like, yeah, I see you for as you are. When you send this false, when you're being, like, a fake spiritualist, oof. You don't think that you get all that stuff that's coming back to you for doing that stuff? There's so much, like, spell work, so much. Like, it's, like, just driving me crazy because it won't leave me alone, like, but you know what I mean? It's, like, one of those things. When you know that things are, like, like, super heightened, right? Obviously, because it's trying to stop something very, very significant, right? I've just been learning to embrace it, because some of the stuff that comes across, I'm just like, what the hell, And then, like, so then it allows me to, like, work with it. Because it's either, like, where I'm going to go do something about it, but then I'm like, wait. I'm going to have self-control, and I'm not going to let this. And then this is something that's trying to, in fact, trigger me so much. Then, in fact, it very much is trying to misguide me. So look at that. It's twin flames. It just won't stop. It's just so intense. The only thing I could think is just the energies that are attached to me. Well, because I very much am this, right? So I've always known that. Okay, so it's goddess. I very much have always known that it's like, after people, we have fallouts with me, my exes, it's like they always want me back. Then they can't let me go because they in fact realize, what they lost. And that's often what happens, right? People break up or get mad, at a situation or at somebody, and then they break up and then they leave and they get out of it. And then they realize, oh, wait, I love them. So I'm sorry for how I acted, and go back or whatever. So, yeah, then there's this, too. Yeah, for my gathering, yeah, copycats been coming out forever. And then, like, the visions that I see and the mirror magic, I'm just like, really? You're going to look like me? Okay. But then I'm like, doppelganger or whatever. That would be this identity theft. I've been thinking, like, who's getting into my stuff? No, you're just straight up looking like me. And what's funny is I knew it when I was growing up, too. I know exactly who you are. This stuff has, like, always been, like, it's cute, it's inspiring, but you have to know that This is my divine life path and purpose. And you can try to be like me all you want, but you're never going to have this. Everybody's got their own life to live, right? So you can be getting karma for that too. And, trying, it's like spiritual, like, what is it called? Spiritual attack, right? Or where you like, you're breaking the spiritual laws, okay? By God, you're not supposed to be getting into people's stuff. Even me being a psychic and having these gifts, I know I don't tap into people's energy without their permission, not ever. And that's me. I don't do that. So you don't go into people's stuff just because you may know it's in their birth charts or placements. Like, you don't go snooping around and meddling in people's stuff without their permission. That's like a big no-no. Let me tell you. You start to trigger things right towards you. So you don't realize that sometimes the stuff, in fact, and there's that Emperor, you don't realize that sometimes, in fact, it's like the stuff kind of like stays with you and builds, right? And it waits until the person that you've done this stuff upon kind of realizes what you're doing. And then when they realize it, they'll then align you for them to, in fact, see you getting your karma. So don't think just because something doesn't happen right away, it got away with you. No. Sometimes human experiment, secret society, there's that black magic, witchery, mind control, spell work, the curses, all that. I'm just trying to show you guys what's flying around here while I'm doing this reading. So, where's I going out with all that spell work, whatever? Oh, yeah, when it comes down, it's like more severe, right? And it's going to hit you where that's why things come down in threes, right? Because that's how it starts, right? Things in threes, if not multiplied more, depending on the intensity behind it, depending on what you're owed, right? So it very much happens that way for a reason, because it's supposed to be known that you are messing with spiritual laws, right? And it's definitely more intense, right? And what you don't realize too is sometimes it won't even in fact come down upon you. It'll come down upon your family and your friends and the close people that are close to you to even like really get you. Because it's like if you were wishing upon like, I mean, I don't like to even put my intentions out there, but say you were wishing upon, a harm of, you were directing it towards somebody and towards their family member, like one of their parents or something that you loved. And then it could turn around and be yours instead, right? Once you're messing with that dark energy, you guys, and spell work is just simply, I mean, I'm not going to get into everything, but you're never supposed to be thinking bad upon another or talking bad about them or wishing anything upon them or hoping something happens or hoping for their... All of that is spell work. Every single thing that you ever do is recorded. Everything. And it all has to be paid back. It does. And then things, build up because when karma's paid, it wants it to be known it's going to be paid, right? It's kind of what's going on with our planet, too. Everybody seems to think that all this stuff that's getting done to Mother Gaia, that has been done, that it was just going to be allowed for us to destroy Earth. No. She's been talking for quite some time, letting everybody know what, in fact, should not have been getting done to her. There's been way too much stuff. And nobody's been listening to her either. That's why things are starting to get more and more extreme. And yet things are still not being recognized. Ooh. That's what I mean. Everybody is about to get the karma upon that because everybody's at fault. And like I said, is even if you, in fact, aren't doing anything, but you're surrounding yourself and you're allowing it to happen, you're being a part of letting it happen. It's like if you walk next to trash and you don't pick it up. Did you see it? Did you look at it? Did you walk right past it? It's all recorded. That's what I mean. That's how serious all of this stuff is going to go down. Believe me or not, it's up to you. You don't have to. It's just a thought that I have. It's just a feeling that I have. There's a lot of people that do care about this planet, but there's far more that do not, right? I wanted to tell you guys, I was starting to write down some of the things that I wanted to tell you guys, but I think I'm going to get into another reading before I start to get into all of the things that that you should start to be doing at this time. As I'm telling you very much, like, nobody realizes, you know, till things are extreme, right? Nobody's been listening to the little disasters, right? It's like people plan for them when they know they're coming. Just like our Hurricane Ian that came, right? So everybody started to prepare for it, you know, as it was coming or whatever, but still, it was one of the biggest hurricanes to come, right? Quite some time, 2 million people without power, all sorts of stuff. You know, what about when all this stuff happens that you're not prepared for it? Then what are you going to do? Is everybody really going to wait for all of these warning signs? You know, it's unfortunate, you know, that a lot of people have to go down for things that, in fact, they didn't physically do. But you see, by allowing things to happen around you, not standing up, not making a difference, not coming together and starting to care, to me that kind of implicates everybody. Except for the ones, God knows the ones that are being activists, that are doing things to help improve our planet. You know, if you're one of those souls that you see trash that's not yours, just like today, I went out walking this morning and just trash I was just picking up as I went along. I didn't have the minds, oh, this isn't my trash, this isn't. You know, you don't realize that when people see you do that, people see, you know, you do these kind of, people see if you're picking up something off the ground or you walk by and you pick, it triggers people. It makes other people want to do it. It's a chain reaction type of thing, you know? It's just so much stuff. It's just, has to. But anyway, I'm going to do a whole nother reading on warning signs that have been there, and I got to see how I'm going to do these other readings. This one, I said that I wanted to get this going on the energies that are going on with the love connections, and you know, all of the spell work, all of the stuff that's been going on, the mind control, the manipulation, you know, because it's very much spiritual warfare right now. And it's trying to mislead a lot of people, and it's trying to stop a lot of these unions from coming together. Very much. And that's a big sign, too, is that if you do feel as though you're with your twin or you guys are trying to have a union together, but then all of this stuff is happening to get in the way, to block you guys, all sorts of stuff, then that's a sign right there. You know, if you feel like you're under attack and all these things are happening to you guys, then, you know, it's because of all of this stuff trying to mislead you and trying to stop you guys from, in fact, getting together, right? But like I said, some of you, it's just simply supposed to just trigger you guys. Sometimes you're not even supposed to come together. And like I said, some of you, there are same-sex ones, because it's about love. It's about unity. We're all one, finding that universal consciousness of love. You know, and that's in everything. You know, we put the restrictions here, right? Trying to say that, oh, you can't love them because of how they look or their age or their race or all of that stuff. No, it's universal love. We're all one. So, you know, you'd be surprised, some of these twin flames, like, it's perfectly set that way. Did you see the blueprint holder? It's been strategically planned and organized to, in fact, be that way. So a lot of these twins that are coming out are going to be, you know, drastic age differences and culture differences and same sex and all sorts of things, just to kind of show that it's all about unity and it's about love and that we're all one. And love is the highest vibrational frequency of all. You know, and you guys are going to start to see that more and more. And this is the time where you very much need to be in that vibration of love. You need to start caring about our planet and about love, and let all the other go. You need to stop letting go of fear and control and money, because all of that's not going to matter before you know it. Because before you know it, Mother Gaia is going to be done with the warnings. Okay? And money is not going to matter then, is it? All right, guys. Well, that's what I had. I need to like do another reading where I pull out my cards, because I have to label this one differently. But yeah, so I just feel like there's just so much stuff, and maybe that's why I've kind of been derailed from doing my tarot for like a week or two. Also going to the 5D, Christ consciousness, getting all of this beautiful enlightenment that I've just been so excited to share, that it's kind of led me away. I'm told too, I need to practice more of my tarot. Because, it's a lot, right? I mean, yeah, we intuitively read the stuff, but like I say, like, I got to get better at, like, pulling my stuff out of it, because I've had so many people in my energy, right? Because people just don't want to let me go, you need to realize that you have all these different vibrational soulmates and things like that to teach you lessons. If you're holding on to the past, you need to let it go. You need to move on. You're blocking yourself, right? And if you're blocking people and getting in the way, meddling in their life, you're creating a whole bunch of karmic for yourself. Some of you don't realize, in fact, that you have an obsession, which is stalking, and you are pulling in a lot of devil energy towards you, and you're meddling with the devil. So for some of you, if you're like heavily watching somebody, whether you might not even be in contact with them, but you might be heavily watching them through like social medias and platforms, things like that, you're being obsessive. You know if something's obsessive, right? And if you're doing too much of it, then you're creating an imbalance somewhere else in your world. And so it's creating you to be out of balance, and you're also pulling in double energy. So you might want to let that go, because if you're meant to have something, God brings it to you. You're a co-creator of your life here, and you're not supposed to be demanding and possessive and obsessing over something. So that's kind of why I felt pulled back too. Like, don't go obsessively looking for like tarot readings and guidance and trying to spy and look into what your lover is, and you think that you do, because that's kind of like stalking in a way. You're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to know what's going on in somebody else's life that's having integrity, right? So that's a piece of stuff. I know not a lot of people aren't going to like that, right? Because a lot of us go to tarot readings and stuff. But it's gotten just so, like, out of control. And so many people have been relying upon it. And it's so much. And so many people don't even, in fact, understand what the twin flame journey is really about. Because these people think that it's these beautiful love connections. And I'm not going to say they're not, but they... there's a lot of hurt that goes into these things, and they're normally warriors have to be able to handle them, okay? Spiritual warriors. So they're not like, they're quite the battle. I mean, you have to be willing to forgive betrayal and just, heartache and all this stuff, because we're showing how with all of that pain, we can still release it and flip it to love. And and that's why I said a lot of them, it's like you forgive that betrayal and you let go of the love, but it doesn't mean you have to be together, right? I mean, some of you can be, but some of you are just like, it goes against, every situation is different, right? So I can't get into that, because there's some of you, there's so much trauma that goes into these too, that people develop mental conditions, like straight up, like PTSD, schizophrenia, things like that, and it's sad, because when somebody's been through just so much trauma in their life, and then when you come together when you're older and you learn these lessons, but they now have these mental, mind conditions and things like that, it can really determine the fate and all of that stuff. So you guys have know like, these people that are just so excited, and they are longing for these twin flames connections. Like, it's just, the interpretation is all wrong. That's why it was kind of like hidden. Like, it was like twin flames were supposed to get revealed to people that were on them, to very much let the chosen know that you have a divine mission path. And it was basically to kind of reassure you that this is why, in fact, you're having such a challenging love life and things like that. And that, You're here serving and it just got all manipulated because people started tapping into it and finding out about it and all of that stuff. And just like these people that are doing mirror mat and spying and manipulating and all of that stuff, oh my gosh, it makes it so angry. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So stop it if you're one that's doing it. And you've been warned. All right? So we know your intentions and all of that. All right. That's what I got for you guys for this one. And then, you know, it's fine to do tarot, but just don't be manipulating it. Don't be spying it. Do it for the benefit, you know, of yourself, to help you, you know, see some obstacles and some things that you weren't seeing, right? I don't know. I hope that made sense. I'm going to stop here. All right, guys. Bye.